Hulahans, welcome
Oh,
back.
it's Monday already, Danny?
It
Holy
is. Wake up,
cow.
Johnny. Back to
Bro,
work.
first Monday in September too, isn't it? Is it? Or did they get no,
Second.
they had
No, we had the
it is.
first.
They had Labor Day. That's it. So we've
Yep.
already had our holiday for the
Mhm.
month.
Yep. That's it. That's it. So
Buddy, buddy, man, hurricane season too.
lots of
Yeah.
concern in the air, Johnny.
Got got the first guy coming. Guys, this is part of Maui life, man. It's hurricane season, yeah. So you just got to roll with the punches. Some people
just a
choose
little
to get,
slow.
yeah, some people get really, really prepared. I'm definitely not in that camp, sadly. One of these days it's going to bite me, Danny. So yeah, look at that. So the little dot that you got right there, that's Kiko off of Hawaii. Hawaii's got the pinging white button there. I'm more interested in the giant storm to the north and the illusions there, Danny. That tells me I got some waves coming, maybe.
Look
But
at that. That is massive.
yeah. So hurricane season, guys, our hurricanes start off the coast of Baja, basically. And they generate there and then they come across the ocean our direction, and they tend to get bigger first as they hit warm water, and then believe it or not they hit colder water when they get close to us here, which is what happened to Kiko. And that actually helps to lessen the impacts or the strength of the hurricane. They like warm water, they eat it up, makes them bigger. Cooler water makes them smaller. So, do we know what the impacts are going to be? Well, we're anticipating some surf. It's going to be on the east end, so that would be the Hana side of Maui, and that would be Hilo side for the Big Island, um, Kaneohe side for Oahu, and then Kapa'a side for Kauai. So anticipating some high surf. We would love to get some rain, So I was flying home yesterday. I was in Oahu, and I was up in Nu'uanu area, which is kind of towards the Pali, and they always get rain over there. But there was a nice little downpour, and when I flew back home into Maui, bro, the foothills of Haleakala looked like it was on fire, like from smoke. But it was just so much rain coming down there. So we do hope that we get a bit of rain from this, and yeah, I'm hoping to surf it too. I'll say it.
I
I'm
love that
actually,
the first thought for impact of a potential hurricane is
yep,
surf is going up. I love it.
bruh.
That's
That's
how
it.
you can
So
look at it two ways. Run and hide and get scared, or hey, this is gonna be awesome. We're gonna get some surf.
that's how I see it, man.
That's
And
it.
we're not really the brave people you think about, man. I got to think about guys like, Brett Barley that lives on the Outer Banks there in the Carolinas, and all of the Florida surfers, bro. They literally have to wait for hurricanes to get waves. So
Yep.
I think I'm brave. Floridans are like business as usual, man. Thank you for the waves, right?
Easy peasy. Yeah. So this
That's
one,
what's up.
you were saying earlier, Johnny, one hurricane in history is actually really
Touched
impacted.
Maui. Well, touched down on Maui, right? So that was Jose, I want to say, and that was maybe 3, 4 years ago. I mean, obviously in 2023, that hurricane was well to the south of us. But it was in just such an area that it caused that Kaula Valley wind, which is always so destructive. That's where our friend Danny P lives, is right in that valley. And my mom tells the stories of the plantation days where they would say when that wind would blow, all of the houses that were in the different plantation camps would lose their roofs.
Hmm.
So that is the scoop, guys. We will give you an update here coming up. They're saying Tuesday, Wednesday is when it spins to the north. So if you hear from us on Wednesday, all is well. If you don't, we may have lost power, but we'll be around.
There she is. So with that in mind, what's going on in
This
Maui?
is a little late here, Danny. So we'll
Yep.
bust out August when it comes out. Probably hit us Wednesday. It hasn't hit yet. But, we've been showing this on the show, and this just quantifies it for us, right? It definitely feels like I'm watching home values still escalate, not everywhere, not ultra consistently, but there's the stats for you. We're up 10% from 2024. So we have continued to climb in that realm, whereas condos just beat down, dude, down 21% from 2024, which was not a great year, right? So definitely started to see the effects 2023 when the rates popped and then the fires didn't help things. And then ever since that, condo market's been chaos, much to government intervention, if you would. So we'll give you a quicker update here coming on, but that is the scoop there, guys. Definitely not seeing the numbers that we did in the crazy COVID market. That was a fake market anyway.
Little opinion piece, Johnny. We've kind of mentioned,
Talk to me.
hinted it before, but I
Yep.
think what we're starting to see with these numbers as well is as people see uncertainty around the condo market and changing zoning, changing use, they're starting to think, well, hey, do I really want to be in a condo or would I rather have a house if this is going to be uncertain? If I'm not going to be able to rent anyways, then maybe I'll just get into a house. Then I don't have the HOA fees. $1,000 a month. That saves $12,000 a year. That goes a long ways in terms of affordability in this. So I think we're going to start to see this transition where some of these off-island second home investment sort of properties are going to go more houses and single family.
Well, the Airbnb model has soured. Can we agree, Danny? I mean,
Absolutely.
with all the high fees, all the high taxes, the model does not work with professional property management at 25%. It just doesn't. On a cash basis, I mean, it's spitting out, 10 grand here and there on a studio or something like
1%,
that.
1.5%.
Yeah, just nothing super attractive. So, that's why we did the show where we showed a strategy that some people can use if they're just, maniacs and psychotics and just don't feel like they work enough. They could take on a second job and self-manage their own condo here on Maui. But the reason for that is that model is dead, guys. The Airbnb model where you're going to make money, the numbers aren't working right now. At 75% occupancy, that model is dead. So that's what happens. And this is where, government intervention, whatever we want to say about it, it does drive behavior and there's always unintended consequences, right? So here they're trying to tell everybody that, condos are not the answer to your Maui dreams. And so they've effectively killed that market and drove wealthy buyers into the residential house sector. And it's for exactly that. I mean, the condo costs on taxes, the TVR rate is so crazy. And then you add on these incredible fees. So yeah, it makes buying a house pencil a little bit better, doesn't it?
Sure does. Sure does.
And
So
here we're
maybe
watching
not
it happen right there.
maybe not too crazy of an opinion, but I think
No,
that's going to continue to go on and on and on.
there it is.
But today, Johnny, we wanted to dial in on one particular area that comes up a
I
lot.
do. Yeah.
Well, the premise of it is oftentimes people reach out to us, right? And they say, "Hey, I'm looking for this. Send me some options. Send me maybe your best options, your favorite options, best deal, that kind of thing." Oftentimes, we'll kind of filter through that based on certain information that we know or we're aware of, special assessments, or in this case, sea erosion. Uh, so let's talk about Kahana today, Johnny.
Let's do it, Danny. So why is Kahana so important? Well, in the world of condos, we are we are counseling our buyers that if it is important to you to be able to short-term vacation rent, you should be focusing on hotel zoning, right? Because Maui's vast majority of vacation rental condos were built on apartment zone land and then were able to legally vacation rent on a variance that was provided called the Minatoya opinion. So this area represents a large amount of the hotel zoned condos on Maui. So S turns, Pohaku Beach. That's what we're looking at there. And so number one, that's Kahana Villas. And
Yes.
Kahana Villas have some one bedrooms, but they're predominantly two bedrooms. There are a lot of amenities. It is across the street from the ocean, which is my personal preference these days.
Mm.
Because, as we're going to discuss, Ocean View comes with issues these days. There are opportunities in Kahana Villas right now, Danny, 2 bedrooms, 2 baths in the 800s with views.
In Hotel
But
Zone.
it's
Yeah.
it's not a very, very well-known complex. And again, it is not ocean front. So
The
what do we
best part
do?
about it is the square footage, though.
It's huge, dude.
Large,
They really are.
large.
They live like homes. They live
Yes.
like homes, and they have the correct zoning.
Yep.
So then number 4 also represents another not on the ocean option called Kahana Manor. Why Kahana Manor was ever hotel zoned makes no sense to me whatsoever. The whole time that I've been a young man, Kahana Manor was a place that people rented apartments and they lived there. I had friends that lived there. I would go there quite a bit. And sometimes it feels like that, but you know what? Kahana Manor has a lot to offer, man. I
Mm.
mean, there are 2 restaurants downstairs. You've got the infamous Dolly's Pizza, which is an incredible pizza joint and a dive bar at night. You've got a Miso Fat Sushi, one of the most famous sushi restaurants on the West Side. You have Tradewinds Store, which, believe it or not that bad in terms of pricing that they have in there for groceries and liquor, etc. You've got a nail shop. You have a woman's boutique. You've got a snorkel shop there. Everything that you could possibly want for vacations, but it's not in the ocean. So, what do we have that's oceanfront, Danny? Well, we start out with, is it Valley Isle? Sands of Kahana.
Sands of Kahana, number 2.
So Sands of Kahana is a very, very interesting complex. I raised my daughter there until she was 2 years old. So I actually lived at Sands of Kahana. Benefit to Sands of Kahana, huge square footage. You want
Mm.
the rare of the rare 3 bedroom option. One of the few places that I can find it for you on the west side would be Sands of Kahana. Now, Sands of Kahana has an interesting thing. It is fee simple purchases now. However, it has something called a sandwich lease. And all I'm going to tell you about a sandwich lease is basically you are paying off a leasehold purchase, basically, if you would. It'll go away in 2037. So it is a fee simple purchase, but you're still paying off a leasehold lease until 2037. That doesn't make any sense. Just reach out if you're interested in Sands of Kahana. Happy to send you documents that explain it. That's Sands of Kahana. Next to it, we have the Valley Isle Resort. Valley Isle Resort completed a really killer lobby renovation. Actually have it for sale where they're selling off some of the commercial spaces in there, plus a restaurant space. It's a beautiful, beautiful presentation. I had friends that also lived at Valley Isle. So in the past, these were much used as apartments as well. Valley Isle has had active litigation from a fire that was started in a gymnasium, a workout gym that was a tenant there. And they have had active litigation for 10 years, which has made difficult to get financing at Valley Isle. But you'll see that there are some incredible values there. Number 5 represents Royal Kahana. Royal Kahana is hotel zoned. It very much looks like a resort when you pull up to it. It is run incredibly well. I've gone in and I've talked to the managers there. Whenever I talk to them, they speak highly about what they're doing there and how on top of it they are. We do have owners there that may want to chime in and they'll share the 411 with us. And if that comes in, we'll be happy to share that with you here. But that's always been my impression whenever I've gone and talked to management. Brady Spangler, perhaps the most impressive condo lender that we have on Maui, definitely one of them. This actually qualifies for his fast lane in-house condo financing program. So we do have the opportunity to get decent financing at the Royal Kahana. And then
Mm.
next to that, we have the Hololani. Hololani, been very, very popular. My wife lived in Holoani back in the 90s, and she loved the setup there because she lived in a two-bedroom, and the owners of the two-bedroom lived in the main portion of it. She lived in the secondary bedroom, but she had her own private in and out door. And so that's what she loved about that. And then just a little bit further towards Holoani, we have the studios of Pohailani in there as well. So why do I feel trepidation in terms of recommending this area of Kahana, Danny? That's what we'll jump into here.
Well, this is why, Johnny.
Yep. So this is what the beaches look like in front of, this is the Valley Isle Resort right here. So I actually taught my daughter to swim in the pool of Sands of Kahana. And I remember this beach when it was very, very large. And it is no longer the case. And the sandbags are there to fortify the foundations of the resorts that are along here. There's one more picture, I think, there, Danny. We'll show that one, and then we'll hit the summary. So there we have it. We got Sands of Kahana in the background there. And then a bit of the of the Valley Isle Resort right there as well. So if you're curious about this, just do a Google search, Kahana Bay Restoration Project, and then look for theoceanit.com. But this is the solution that looms. And what's trepidatious about it is that there's discussions about how they're going to pay for it. And sometimes 50% of that payment is going to come from the owners of all these different complexes. And then other discussions are it's going to come from FEMA, or it's going to become through a community facilities district. The costs are anywhere between $20 million and $46 million to accomplish this. However, if they actually complete this project, it is going to make this area amazing because they plan on extending the beach out to 65 feet, Danny. And how are they going to do this? All the beach sits offshore there. The potential offshore sand sources that we see here are where all of the sand is retained. And it is probably creating the waves that are at Stearns Beach. So what they propose to do is to pump in the sand, fortify the beach, and then there's discussions of building little T-groins, little jetties, that kind of, exactly. And so what these are supposed to do is actually keep the sand. They don't act as a seawall. Seawalls are bad, right? Seawalls just cause problems further down the line from your complex. So this has been discussed for a long, long time. We're not sure when it's going to come to fruition. I'm sure there's a lot of focus on Lahaina right now, but this is the full disclosure you need to have if we're going to discuss about you buying in one of these locations. Let's take a look at what's available in there, Danny, just to give them an idea about what we see for range of values. Guys, I can get you into a studio at the Valley Isle Resort with an incredible view for $400,000. You could get into a one bedroom, one bath at Kahana Manor across the street for $530 or for $495. We've got
$460 now.
There we have it, brother. $575 at Royal Kahana. We did just watch a Royal Kahana close in the high 500s for a one bedroom, one bath there. As you can see, realtors price all over the place, don't they, Danny? We have a range of values all over the place. And so whenever we present to you values, a value at the Valley Isle Resort would represent this particular unit that's a two bedroom, two bath for $650,000, as opposed to the one that's priced at $1 million. These are the deals of the week that we bring you. We're not just bringing them willy-nilly. We are looking for a behavior because the vast majority of the market is priced like these people that are down here near the bottom, where they're just pricing it to see, can I get the price that I want? I'm scared, but I also want the money. So guys, lots of values here. We can counsel you through this, but this is the information that you need to be aware of before we have the discussion about these, because it's difficult to have the discussion after you fall in love with the place.
Yes, and this is often why we kind of overlook these when we will send out a few options to
That's
consider, as we
right.
know the majority of people will not want to get involved in something like this or don't quite feel comfortable with the situation.
You have to ask yourself, do I see value in the future fix of this? And am I going to invest for that particular time in the future when this beach is dope? Or is it just too scary for me and I don't have that long term of a horizon? That is the choice that you have to make. Danny and I stand beside you and share with you all the information that you need to make a personal choice. We cannot make the choice for you.
There you have it. T
Let's
grinds
do the
and beach coming
numbers.
back. That
That's
changes
it.
the game.
So Kahana Bay Investments, gang, we can make it happen for you.
There you go. Let's hit them with
All
what's going
righty.
on.
So let's start out right off the bat here. Royal Kahana, been on the market for 333 days, showing some of that motivation, right? But Danny at 1,295,000, that was probably an aspirational. And unit 520 sits in the back. It's really a view of the parking lot with a side view there.
Yep, that is Royal Kahana 520.
Kahana Manor at 460. So the only trepidation about this particular stack and then the 17 and the 16 is you are facing the highway. And that is why you are looking at this pricing here for 460. Down from 530, you will hear that road noise unless you put some air conditioning in there and keep those doors shut. Just know that your lanai probably faces that. You'll have beautiful views of the mountains, but you will have a little bit of the road noise there.
Not
That
a bit.
is Kahana Ridge that we're looking at right there, gangy.
That feels like you need to be 399-ish to really make something move. I mean, 460 is
Looking at 843 for the maintenance fees there. So yeah. But once again, guys, hotel zone, an absolute steal. Kihei Holiday
this
apartment
one's
zone.
looking like a deal. This is Hotel Zone,
It's
Johnny.
is it really? Okay,
Yes,
forgive me. So they're
south side.
hotel zone, guys. So the whole market's just beat up because of bad messaging. Bit of a view there. Kihei Holiday across the street from the ocean, which we prefer for reasons that we just explained.
No issues. Very loved complex. These used to sell like hotcakes. 3 days max. Hardly ever come to the market. This just shows you how much the market has changed. That is
It's
sitting here
pretty
for
much your average square
120
footage
days.
for, yeah, pretty average square footage. Your average square footage for a two-bedroom over here condo is going to be around 900. And then you've got some high end ones that don't even break the 800 mark, like Royal Maui and Menehune Shores, Monakai. So
Surfside.
yes,
So, nice complex, great pool, barbecue area, kayak storage, outdoor shower, literally across the street from the beach.
kind of northish Kihei-ish,
North,
Kalepo area. Where's
yeah, North
this? Yeah,
Kihei.
Isana.
This is the new Hilton.
Boom. So you're right there by the new timeshare. You're close to Isana, one of my favorite local sushi joints.
There you have it.
Villas at Kealani. We've talked about these. We are fans. We are definitely watching prices correct there. Probably in the 1-2 mark for a long time for these two bedrooms. These are luxury condominiums in central Maui. It is a gated community. There's not a ton of amenities, unfortunately, there, but they're beautiful condos in a beautiful complex. They live large. We're looking at a two-bedroom, 2.5 bath at 1,446 square feet. Pay $1,000 for your maintenance fees. Some of these have great views. 1,050,000 tells me you could probably get this for under $1,000,000. You could get into
Oh,
the high
sub
nines.
milli. Yeah.
That's it, man. So opportunity there, mountain and ocean view. You get ocean view from your upstairs bedrooms. Oh, Kaanapali, bro. That's actually a great value for Kaanapali Golf Estates. So hit the map, Danny, real quick. Let's just kind of bring them up to speed here. how I look at Kaanapali Hillside. So hit the, yeah, that guy right there, Danny. So you're going to hit a gate right there at Kualapa Loop. And this separates what I call original Kaanapali Hillside to the newer sections. So we get past one gate. Now we're in Kaanapali Golf Estates. And Kaanapali Golf Estates is broken into different subsections called Summit, etc. And then as we heard further in, we then get into Lani Keha, which is the newest portion. So for me, values for houses go Kahana Ridge, and they were hitting the 2 million mark. And then we come to original Kaanapali Hillside, which was hitting the $3 million mark. And then as we go in, values tend to go up. So for me, seeing 2.395 in Kaanapali Golf Estates gets my attention. Now, you do have to pay additional fees once you're in Kaanapali Golf Estates, but we are looking at sub $1,000 per square foot. Did they start out the price here somewhere and already drop it, Danny? Quickly?
Yeah, down 100.
There it is. Dropping 100. Alex wants to sell this, guys. This is 2819 square feet. You're looking at that view there. This is an interior street with a cul-de-sac, so I wouldn't be worried about, having cars roll along in there with me. Built in 2004. So looks like you have some lots next door to you, and maybe that's why the sale. They didn't want to deal with the dust and the hoopla, but that could be your potential opportunity there, gang. Here it is, 2819 square feet for 2,395,000. Probably get that into the high 2.3 or high 2.2s, somewhere in there. 76 days though, you're dropping 100 when you already started out at a pretty decent price. That's showing me you are motivated. Pack Shore is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, Danny. Holy cow, this guy just said, I want out. Let's get rid of it already. Number one, rare. Pacific Shores is apartment zone, but a 3-bedroom is rare.
Very rare. And then having a third bath, I don't know if there's
I,
any.
I did hit the tax records. Did they make this themselves, Danny? 917 square feet. What does tax have this? Do they have it as a 2-bedroom?
It's not going to load up.
All right, no worries. Hit the real list. Let's see. I'm really curious. Because, dude, it's 700,000, man. I mean, maybe now this makes for a good long-term rental, right? There we got it. Scroll back up. There we go. 917, 3-bedroom, 3-bath. It's legit, baby. Boom. This is a motivated seller here. 86,041 days for a 3-bedroom, 3-bath. Somebody had a 1-bedroom in here that they were listing at $599, if that helps you.
Across the street from the ocean.
Bro, Charlie Young is action too, man. People love that beach.
And here's a potential play, Johnny. This could be a long term, and you get in at a good price where long term makes sense. But for the next 5 years before they make the change, you could vacation rent this.
Oh yeah. So you're looking for a strategy, right? And I want to vacation rent it, and then I want to come out there, John, and I want to spend more time. That's how you could potentially look at this here. We have completely wiped out COVID equity at Pacific Shores, in my opinion, with this deal right here.
100%.
Oh, Maupio, we are in Kula, 2.1 milli, 34 days in, already dropping by 400,000. Again, the behavior. We're on 2 acres. Let's go. Get in the truck.
Options.
Yep. This one too, bro. This is actually a personal friend of mine. I didn't list it because my buddy's got multiple buddies that are surfer realtors too. So I get this one here, but he wants out. Started out 749, dropping to 699. He hates condos. He wants a house. Let's go. It's a beautiful space, man. We did good on that. Just no yard. No yard because it's upstairs. But yeah, let's help Chaz move on. Halekanani. Again, Charlie Young. 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Apartment zone, Danny, or what were these? Were these always residential?
Always residential apartment zone.
Okay, that's what's up.
Across the street from Cove.
Here we go, guys. Literally in the same location as Pacific Shores, which we just brought to your attention. Very, very close by. And we're looking at 860 for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and I just showed you 699 for a 3-bedroom, 3. Depends on if you want the extra square footage at 1,059. You got options, guys.
179, 700,000. So ground floor.
Koa Resort. Here we go. Let's just list it like it's a regular market and hope.
So here, 699 at Pacific Shores, or 1.6 here.
Yeah.
Granted, you have a bit more square footage, but I mean, still,
Yeah.
that's
1,800 suites, amazing. You're going to pay almost 2 grand for your fees for 5 years. You can still vacation rent this. But this, I could sell you a house in Kauhale in a better location with a ohana. So depends on what you want to do, guys. We've got options for you these days. Um, yeah, I think I could do that. That's what Kelly told her sellers. Sounds great. Let's give it a shot.
operates as a 4 bedroom because the loft area was enclosed.
Let's go. No disclosure of Minatoya.
Nope, no need.
Here we go. Halama Street, 5.65. That's actually a decent little value there, man. With
It is.
a Ohana.
Still got the classic vibes on Halama. Look at this old
Built
Hawaiiana.
built in 58, guys.
It's pretty.
That's it.
Nice pool action.
Hit the H there for me, Danny. I want to say this one moved recently. Nope. I eat
Doesn't
that.
look like it. They've been trying to sell it for a while.
Sure have.
Bought it in 2003 for 2.3 milli. So those
What do you
prices
think
haven't
about the
gone that
what do you think
crazy.
about this strategy right here, Danny?
What do you think?
I
What's
mean,
the
it's right along the lines there of perceived market or event based. I mean, it's preaching it. We've seen some stuff sell on there.
yeah, I think you're
Um,
more perceived market
I think so too.
kind of right in there. I mean, we closed the one at 6. Granted, it had some potential rental ability,
Yep.
but I think you're. I mean, still a nice parcel, a half acre,
Yeah.
oceanfront, Halama Street. I mean, event base. I think you come in at more like 4,999.
Roger
You
that.
you turn some heads. Compound.
Kula. Here we go. Kula. 1,625,000 on half an acre. I got myself a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,394 square feet. What else do I got there, Danny? What's my Ohana? Another 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 576. And main house consists of several creative spaces. Tells you that this is an apartment, guys.
It's realtor speak for apartment.
That's right. That's what that means there. Woo, Wailea Fairway Villas. We've talked about it. I'm a fan of the complex. This is upstairs, so that's perceived market there. We had one that closed here at the 699 range, but no view back to the road. This is perceived market for this particular complex, and I like it. What do we got here? Haiku action, 3-bedroom, 1.5 on half an acre, 1,560,000. And then I've got another single family detached cottage with a bit of a view, 2-bedroom, 1-bath. I mean, this is just basically haiku pricing there. I don't know about this one with the half acre. Would feel better on 2, but I think that they're throwing in that view as the additional value add. We shall see. It's the 1.5 baths and the 1 baths in the cottages. Flats at Kamalani, Danny. It's a
How?
regular old market. Let's just do it.
How?
And I want to say that this one was a relist.
Ah, ah. It all
Okay,
makes
what?
sense, Johnny.
Seller's also listing agent and licensed real estate broker of his own. A little
So here you have it.
spot.
The last one, two, just one closed around what? One went pending
Five.
575, another one went pending 599.
Yep.
You're almost $200,000 more for the same exact, nothing different, not updated, not changed. They're all built around the same time.
Dude, you
But
got a swag chandelier, Danny.
because this person is an agent, they don't listen to any of their own advice and they like to try to squeeze everything out of it.
There's a reason why the aspirational pricing strategy is so comfortable because you're holding out hope that you're going to get that price, and your head tells you If I don't ask for it, I'm not going to get it. But in this market here, you have one shot at making a great first impression. And that's why you
You
see
didn't.
some, nope, nope. I mean, it's not even staged.
There's
At least do
nothing
some
about it.
virtual staging there.
Nothing
I was
about it
sur-
that's super attractive.
I was surfing with Truman today, man. He sold out this community there, Kapono Group. Look at that, bro. Lanio Poco. Why Lanio Poco? That's why Lanio Poco.
Right there.
4,011 square feet. And this is Unit B.
Wow.
Trip out. Trip out. Built in 2022. This is one of Diana's. Is this Imagine It?
Nope.
No, Tyler.
Look at this place. Something else. Super
Pretty.
modern. Only 7.6 milli. Lots of outdoor showers.
Kihei
Surfside.
Surfside, Danny. 213. Dropped at 50. It's not the
Slight
preferred stack.
elevation
It's not the
for
preferred stack.
too far back, yeah.
Yep. What's interesting though is like, there's only two opportunities to buy two bedrooms there, and you're either way in the back or you have the delightful front, but the ones in the front never sell, dude. Literally never ever come to market.
Nobody wants to get rid of them. So
No,
a little too much grass in the view for some people.
that's right. Kaihuki Circle up in Peahi Farms. This is what you do, guys. You buy yourself a piece of land. You get a real estate attorney and an architect. You CPR it. You slap on 1,000 square foot, 2 bedroom, 2.5 bath home on the acreage, and you put it into escrow for 2.4. And then you take that money and you go build your main house.
This is like a pool party going on. I mean, four sets of
Bruh,
chairs and umbrellas for a two
let's
bedroom
go. Right?
cottage.
On 2 acres. Yep.
I mean, architecture looks a little bit boring for me.
Looks like it's just Fortress of Solitude lifestyle up there, bro.
Nobody around, nothing going on. I
uh,
mean, it's not a lot developed in that new community. So
no. It went. Kulakane. This is a good one, man. Kulakane, dude, is zoned business. So definitely needs a facelift. I get it. But man, direct ocean front these days, guys. That was a dealio in my book.
walk right out.
That's right. Oh, Anohea, brand new one too. Put in escrow 1,299 at 1,744 square feet. Big fans are closing out Anohea. They've got one last phase, or at least one more phase coming in here that they'll be opening up soon. Those are the girls at town. Nikki and Jamie are awesome. You guys want to get involved in there? You let us know.
Not a bad
Mama
value.
loves
Tiny
Mama loves
yard.
living in here. Mama loves living in here. Hokulani Golf Villas, bro. These just turn.
They
These
keep
just
going.
turn, man. It's insane, bro. They just churn. Nowhere near
The
the ocean.
most turnover of any complex on the island year after year after year after year.
Really, really
No
do.
issues.
Nope. If we see it twice, it's because it's a resident. Maui Gardens, bro. Oh man, 475, Danny.
Someone got
Can
a
we
deal.
say 750?
Oh
Pushing
yeah, these
eight?
are 758 for sure.
What's up? Right behind Nakai now. Oh no, no, no. Maui Gardens. No, no. This is the
About a block
residential
from town.
ones. This is the ones that get beat up with the Kona storms. That's right. Okay.
Nice spot.
Yeah.
Little Kahalui action. Got a
There we
couple
go,
blocks more.
guys. Yep. So do I get to keep all the junk cars in the backyard? Sure.
Maybe those were cleared out. Hard to say.
Bro, this place still brings the money, guys. And Maui Kanapali Villas is technically zoned apartment, even though it was a Hilton at some point. They're back in the Dizzy. If you've eaten at Castaways and listen to Uncle Wilmot play his music, you've been there. 2 bedroom, 1 bath, Omaupios in Kula brings all the money. 998. Was this off market sale? Feng Shui door? Nope.
No,
Legit. There it
30
is.
days. No
All the
discount for
money.
cash on that one.
0.65 acres. Price it right. Sell it right.
There you have it. What a
Hope you guys
whirlwind!
got some value. Hope you got some value.
Hurricane
That's
stats, Kahana.
Houses moving quicker than condos and holding value there. Where are you going to put your money, guys? Where do you see the opportunity? Everybody sees it different.
Choice is
Everybody
yours.
sees it different. That's
Till
right.
next time.
Ahui ho.